So what I want to do today is visit the infamous Mr. Miyagi for a moment and the wax on, wax off controversy, right? For those of you who aren't familiar, the young man goes to his neighbor and gets a job, and he is waxing cars, many cars. And he's taught a particular way of putting the wax on and a particular way of taking the wax off. Time goes on, the young man waxes many cars, Mr. Miyagi comes along, and the kid is a little bit annoyed. And he's basically, yo man, what's up with this wax on, wax off? I want to learn martial arts, what's going on? Mr. Miyagi throws a strike, and immediately the block is there. For me, wax on, wax off is deep, man. It's like you're doing something, you may hate it, and it gets so ingrained in your reflex that it's just there when you need it. And so from wax on, wax off, it leads me right into motor learning processes, right? And we have 4 levels of reflex or communication with a muscle. There, within a muscle, there are reflexive apparatus that send signals yes and no. A yes signal will cause a muscle to fire, a no signal will cause a muscle to relax. Really simple local communications. At the next level, those signals will travel to the spine. And if further action is required or a secondary response, it will happen from the spine. Third level it goes to is the hindbrain, okay? And in the hindbrain, there's more information coming from more different sources that get mixed and integrated, and then they spit out sort of a master reflex response, if you will, okay? And then we go to the next level, which is the cortical brain. That's our thinking brain. All of those levels below that, the hindbrain, the spinal reflex, and the local reflex are all just that. They're reflexes. There's no thought, there's no cognition, there's no consciousness of what's happening. It's only when you get to the higher levels in the cortical brain that there's the ability to apply conscious awareness, right? So it is through that thinking conscious brain that we can reprogram that first level of the hindbrain, okay? That level of the hindbrain reprograms the next level down, and so forth, okay? That's what the whole dynamic balance program is trying to do for your posture, okay? So all of our exercise and the excessive emphasis, many will think, on pelvic tilt and pelvic control and perfect form, it's really all about training motions that we need to have understood at a reflex level and detraining those that we need to dissolve, if you will. And when you do it through the dynamic balance process, those two things happen in parallel. Okay, so that's my 2 cents on, wax off today, and a little insight into motor learning.